Hey folks, if you stick with me for just a few minutes in the beginning of this video, I promise the video comes back into the center of the frame. Hey folks, what's up, ET? So I got a biface, a Buffalo River here, and what I'm wanting to make is I'm wanting to make a hoe. And this thing's already got the shape. I don't know how much edge refining needs to be done. Probably not much. I'll probably do some with indirect, and then we're going to try and notch it. See if we can run a flake up and that ought to help notch it a little bit. I don't want to go and get this thing too thin. I was going to make one the other day, and I instantly made it too thin. And I'm absolutely positive you don't want that in your hoe. I don't know the actual dimensions of these or what the averages were or any of that stuff. I didn't even look. I actually have a hoe on my Lithics Casting Lab order form. I haven't sent it in yet for the next order, but gotta wait till I get some moolah together. I been buying a bunch of rock for the shop, not for me personally, but although I do have some rock I'm wanting to buy for myself. Trying to pop that off there, but I'm afraid the only way to pop it off is to come around the back side of it. That's a trick that John taught me, to come around the back side of something like that so you can pop it off there easier. Mr. Tuttle. In case you're wondering how he's doing, I've had several people ask. I talked to John today, and him and Barb are doing much better. So I'm hoping we get to see John down in the shop making videos here before long, because I'm missing my buddy. Take just a flake or two. Off right there. I don't think I'm going to mess with that too much more, because lo and behold, I'm going to do something stupid and do what happened on the last one and start getting it too thin and all that stuff. I'm going to pressure flake on this thing a little bit here, I think, and just to get it in shape. I doubt they went through this much effort on these, but I didn't actually find a hoe in the book. Maybe it's in there, but that's hard to hold on to. Hold on just one second, my wife's calling. Okay, so a little piece of advice. If your wife calls and you're flint knapping, do not, when she asks what you're doing, don't tell her that you're messing around with a hoe. That did not go over very well. I got the first, middle, and last name. I got all three names used. She says, I didn't know you could flint knap a hoe. Anyways, yeah, got myself in trouble. I'd imagine these had to be pretty robust. To have any chance of holding up. Let's see, where would we put our notches if we can get a notch in this anyways? Let's see. Something like that, maybe. Let's see if we can put a notch in it. I think I'm going to punch notch this. I'm going to try and, I think it's too thick for the notcho. It's pretty thick. So I've got a couple of options. I can either use the metal pipe, or I could try use this. I've had pretty good luck with pipe. I think I'm going to try this here. See what this metal, this copper rod, and see what happens. Well, that side notched pretty doggone easy, really. So far. I did stall it out right there though, I think. Probably should have done more maintenance on this thing. It does get burred up. Or if I can. There we go. Yeah, we want nice big pop outs. Considering it's a 1/2 inch thick, I'd say that went pretty well. So most all these that I've seen, they've got a this bottom is concave on the examples I've seen. Something like that. I think we're going to do that with indirect. Little copper punch worked pretty good, actually. We'll use a number 3 indirect stick here. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm just guessing that the hafting area is ground. Personally, if I'm hafting something to an arrow or something like that, I grind inside all my notches. Well, I don't know where my little, my little pieces of. Here we go. exactly symmetrical. No one likes a lumpy hoe. Let's see. Might as well clean it up a little bit. Not perfect. We're not going to sharpen it or any of that stuff. Just going to try and make it a little more eye appealing, I guess. If I would have broke this, I would have had to make another one. Because when my wife gets home, she's going to expect to see a stone hoe. I think she was just giving me giving me the jazz, but she was trying not to let on that she was giving me the jazz. She's trying to pretend to be mad. She's not very good at it. This needs to come over just a little bit, I think, still, so that it's symmetrical. Okay. Actually looks pretty good, I think. I mean, it's rough, obviously, but it's a hoe. We weren't trying to thin it down and get it perfect, but I think that's pretty good, though. I don't know about size-wise. I guess I should have phoned a friend. Should have asked Brad. I know Brad's made one before. I've been wanting to make one ever since he made one. That might have been 2 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. A year and a half ago, something like that. I don't know. You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure that you do. We'll talk about Brad more on learning the flint knap. We're just about 5 inches long and 3 inches wide. And how thick is it? Really thick. Really thick. Like, not quite 3/4, but pretty doggone close. So that's it. I don't know if I should put something on it and I actually kind of like it. I don't think it needs to be anything more than that. I don't know that it needs any mineral oil or any of that on it either. Let's wax it. Let's wax it and see what happens. I don't want to be able to turn it in and say, yeah, that's an artifact either. Do all the tricks that they do and turn them into... And that punch worked pretty good. This is heat treated material. So it, of course, blew those right out of there. But that big heavy punch, I got some of those available too if anyone wants some. I think there's some on the thing, but I'm gonna make them available in four different sizes: 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, and 1/2 inch punches. And I'll probably sell them in a set also. But yeah, you know, hoe some weeds with that. Let me get some wax. Yeah, so it's a little bit weird that didn't refine that down any more than that, but this wasn't a project, so. This thing's got a clicker on it, but I bought like 4 of these, and the clickers just don't work anymore. They just didn't last or never worked from the beginning, or well, it's going to take a lot of wax to wax this dude. That's a lot of rock. If you want to know why I'm waxing this, it just hydrates the stone. I like the looks of it. I render this wax from RBs. I render the yellow wax too, but I prefer this white wax, which is the new wax that the bees make. So when they make cone off to the side and it's all brand new white wax, I clean that up and I keep that separate. And then when I render it down, then I got the molds I poured in, and I don't think I've waxed a piece this big before. Probably gonna take a minute to get all the wax off of it. Maybe I should have just used the mineral wax on a piece this big, or the mineral, or the mink oil, sorry. Alright, we'll call that good. I think we got all of it off there enough. There's our hoe. Appreciate y'all watching. And the t-shirts and mugs are available on the website if you're interested in one. I still got all the sizes available right now, but pick you up one of those, are pretty cool. But appreciate y'all watching, and play with the hoe. See if you can make you one. Let me see how thick that is. But that's what you would want, because you when that's hafted, I mean, you got to be able to chop weeds and turn the soil over and stuff like that without breaking it. So if it was too thin, it would just break right off. So anyhow, appreciate y'all watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.